Denise, thank you for being here and want to give you a little moment to set your introduction in terms of who you are, what you do, and your interests in the world of ability.
Hi, thank you for having me. Well, my name is Denise, and I have a company named Live Creatively, and I named it Live Creatively because I have a disability, and all of my life I've been living creatively. Anything that an able person can do, and I use the word able very loosely because we are all able in one way or another to do whatever it is that we want. But I've learned to have to tweak things to work for my benefit. So I help teach people how to get from the mindset of I can't into how can I, so that they can live the life that they desire, to have big dreams and strategize with them to see how we can make those dreams come true. Uh, I love helping people learn that, hey, whatever life is throwing at you, whatever life challenge you have, there's always a way. And it's never too late because we all know our birth date, but we do not know our expiration date. So live in the present because it is a beautiful gift that we get to open each and every day. So that is me. And I love being here on World of Ability because, again, it's a world of ability. So let's celebrate that. Thank you, Kurt. Back to you.
All right. Thanks, Denise. So we are rocking and rolling here. We're off to the races, and we have one of our regular contributors here, one of our strong allies, our technology partner, Daryush Ashtari here. And Daryush is a co-host with a weekly Zoom meeting that we know as the Happy Neighborhood Project Free Happy Business Networking, available with HMP Ability being one of over 75 meetings a week. And so Daryush is part of a co-host team that is inspired through all of this disability advocacy and the types of things we do here at World of Ability. So Daryush, come on in here and share a little bit of your wheelhouse, speak in terms of what you do and your interests here at the World of Ability and what you brought to share today.
Thank you, Kurt. Hello, everyone. I'm a colorblind programmer and I have astigmatism. I use 3 eyeglasses, one for looking for a distance, like one for reading and writing, and one for working with a computer. But I use this on creating websites. I don't use those eyeglasses that are used for colorblind people to see colors in the normal way, and I have changed my disability to an asset in order to create websites that are automatically ADA compliant. When I create something and I can see any person with visual disability can use it, and others can use it too. And it is a good experience. It has been a good experience for my clients because they didn't need to make so many changes on their websites to make it ADA compliant, because it has been created by someone who has such a visual issue. My main reason for being present in these HMP group and World of Ability is to be part of the team that tries to create awareness about the people with disability, to remind people that this is not a proper word for people with disability, what they call the disabled. This is not the proper or correct word or term for it. majority of people that are called disabled can do everything. Some of them can do it differently, but it doesn't mean they cannot do anything. Consider a computer operator, a writer, a programmer. What do? All the time, we are sitting at the table and working. The same as someone on the wheelchair. Does this mean that just someone because it's on the wheelchair cannot do programming, cannot write a book, cannot operate on the computer, cannot communicate with the other people on the world? No, they can. Why not? And so many other things. This is our mission in these groups and in these activities, or at least from my point of view, my presence is for this reason only. And when I was surfing the internet, I saw something that was very interesting. And during some of whenever the Kurt decided to have a break for everyone, I want to play it for you. It is something very beautiful and very nice. Back to you, Kurt.
Okay, so say that again, Dariush. You said you're gonna play a video or no?
I will play a video for everyone after some people, we had some talks and need a break.
Okay.
During the session. I will play it back. It makes everyone refreshed.
All right, sounds good. Well, with that, let's bring in Cheryl Lynn. Cheryl Lynn, we also know from our involvements through the Happy Neighborhood Project and in this world of ability and accommodating and being adaptive. Cheryl Lynn brings us wearable nutrition, which is a tremendous alternative to other forms of supplementation and making sure we're getting what our body needs. So Cheryl Lynn, come on in here and tell us more about wearable nutrition.
Thank you, Kirk. Thank you, everyone, for having me. It's an honor to be a part of your World of Ability podcast. My name is Cheryl Lynn, and I am part of a company that is transforming the way that we take our supplements. It is called Innovative Nutrition, or I like to call it wearable nutrition, because you literally wear it on your body. So I'm wearing one right now. It is a 1x1 square inch patch that delivers nutrients, vitamins, minerals to your body over an 8-hour time period. So no more pills, no more powders, no more shakes, no more sugary gummies. So we're being accommodating to people that cannot swallow pills or have difficulty swallowing, or they don't like the taste of certain powders, shakes, or like for me, I can't ever have omega-3 fish oils because the gel capsules make me nauseous. Kids or adults that have diabetes, they don't want to take the sugary gummies, they can now just wear the patch because it's 100% sugar-free. So there are 8 different formulas. I talked mostly about the multivitamin, and I just want to share my story. So I used to take a multivitamin like this. And if you look at the back of the multivitamin, and I challenge all of you to do this too, check out how many ingredients you have. My multivitamin has 11 ingredients, and same with my kids. My kids' gummy multivitamin also has 11 ingredients. And you compare that to what we offer in one patch. We have 35 vitamins and minerals in one patch, and it would take 24 pill bottles to be able to cover all of the vitamins and minerals that we have. And so we also have a one for kids as well. And the only difference between the kids and the adults is that there's no iron in the kids' multivitamin, because kids generally produce enough iron on their own. Now you're thinking about, okay, well, what about energy? I can't drink coffee because I, have an irregular heartbeat, or it gives me the jitters. We have ways to go around that too as well too. Our energy pouch is full of B vitamins, because B vitamins are the ones that we burn the fastest. So there's no stimulants, no caffeine stimulants in it. It gives you the energy through those B vitamins. And the 8-hour time release has been really amazing because I no longer need my 3 p.m. nap. I used to need a 3 p.m. nap all the time. I no longer have lack of focus. I used to go somewhere and be like, well, what was I supposed to do at that place, and totally forget what I needed to do. So it's helped with my focus. It's helped with my energy levels. And I'm a single mom of 2, so I'm always running around chasing my kids and trying to take care of them, trying to take care of my business, trying to take care of the home, right? We can all kind of relate to something like that. And there are several other patches too that help with many other things as well. There's a sleep one to help with sleep. And again, no stimulants in the patch, but full of vitamins and minerals for our bodies to produce its own natural melatonin. Because as we take external melatonin, we become dependent on it. And then 1 milligram melatonin becomes 2 and becomes 3, like me, right? And some people like myself, we end up having nightmares taking so much melatonin. But the sleep patch instead is just full of all the vitamins and minerals that you need so your body can start producing its own natural melatonin. And the great thing again about the 8-hour time release is my kids can wake me up at 2 o'clock in the morning, but I can fall back asleep and wake up feeling restful and rejuvenated, right? Sleep is so important, not just for, me, but for everybody, right? When you get good sleep, you feel energized, you wake up feeling refreshed, and your mood is good. If you think about it, if you don't have enough sleep, you're usually cranky. Like I can relate to my kids. If they don't have enough sleep, they're generally very cranky, right? Well, we have more than just those things that I talk about as well too. I mean, we help people boost their immune systems. There is an immune patch as well too, and this one is full of all the good vitamins and minerals, including ginger, turmeric, oregano oil to help reduce inflammation and swelling. This is by far one of my favorite patches because it not only helps boost mine and my kids' immune system, we haven't been sick since using this in February, but it helps reduce all of the swelling and inflammation that we have in our body. I would get bitten by mosquitoes over the summer and I would develop large golf ball sized welts. And I would put this on, and in 15 minutes, the welts will subside, and then I wouldn't feel itchy anymore. My daughter used to walk with an instep and she fell and tumbled a lot. So she's, swollen lips, swollen nose, swollen eyes. And I would give her the immune as well too to help reduce the swelling and inflammation. Now, doctors tell me it takes about 5 days to see a reduction in swelling, to see healing in the body when, somebody has a tumble like that, and there will be signs of bruising. But with the immune patch, the body accelerates its healing process because the ginger and turmeric are at work to reduce the swelling and inflammation. So my daughter was healed in 18 hours, and it's just an absolute miracle. Next, I really want to share a really popular one that we have, which is the Feel Great patch. This is a CBD patch, but this is 100% THC free, so you're not going to experience the high or the nausea or the dizziness that some other people experience with other kinds of CBD products. This one not only helps to relieve pain that we feel in our body, but it also helps to stabilize our hormones, stabilize our mood, and it just helps overall make us feel good. And if you don't already know, we have an endocannabinoid system in our body, and the CBD helps to stabilize all of that. So we can, be more attentive, reduce our anxiety, lessen our pain. Like I said, it helps with that as well too. A lot of people like to combine these two together. I myself like to do that as well too, especially if I have, muscle pain, headaches, migraines. Oh my goodness, the migraines. So the CBD helps to reduce the pain in that, and then the immune helps to reduce the inflammation that is giving you the pain, like in your migraines and things like that. I have 2 more things that I want to share on the patches, and they're they have been life-changing for me. One of them is our collagen patch. Now, this is a 2-patch system, and the first patch helps with everything external, like hair, skin, and nails and everything, and the second one helps with all things internal and healing issues like with the gut and things like that. I suffered from atopic eczema on my hands. I had blisters covering my hands, and I know we can share screens, so I'm going to quickly share my screen to show you, because I know now you cannot see my eczema. Hold on a minute. Let me pull up the graphic first. That'll help. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is what I used to suffer for 10 plus years, this eczema right here. And after wearing the collagen patch on top of, my multivitamins, I was able to see healing in my hands finally in 16 days. So this has helped me a lot with my healing. It's helped me reduce hair loss. It's helped to tighten the skin. I mean, the wearable collagen has been amazing. I used to take a powdered form, mix it with water and things like that, and you drink it, and it wasn't effective for me. But wearing it in a patch, because now I no longer have to pass through the gut, nothing has to pass through the gut, so I don't have to worry about upset stomachs or trouble absorbing. I'm able to get about 98% of the nutrients into the bloodstream and working into the cellular level. And the last patch that I want to share with you is our weight management system. This is also a 2-patch system. And the first one helps with curbing your appetite, increasing your metabolism. And the second one, which is really amazing, helps to detox your liver. And there's not very many products out there that do a liver detox through a patch. And what I noticed with this one was it made me thirsty. And it made me realize that I wasn't drinking enough water in my day-to-day activities. So with the Ignite and drinking enough water, I was able to flush all the toxins out of my system. So I feel happier. I don't feel so bogged down by all the toxins that are in my body. And I'm able to stabilize my weight at a healthy weight that is comfortable for me. And everyone has a different weight loss journey. And so if this is something that, that you're like, 20 pounds or just maybe 4 pounds, this can definitely help you with it. And one of the amazing things that our company does is in helping people with all sorts of abilities is our website has a really cool feature. And I know Darush mentioned it because he's a website designer as well too, to help with those compliance. So our website, let me go ahead and share my screen again, has this really cool feature. There's this little person down here that you can click on, and you can adjust how you view the website to learn about all the amazing products that can help you with your wellness, but you can change it so that it can, this one will dim the lights. If you have a vision impairment, it makes it a little bigger for you. If you have a cognitive kind of ability, then you see it squares in all of the buttons that you can click. And then we also have a feature for the blind users where it activates the sound and the audio so they can click on an icon and it would read it to them, or somebody can help them with clicking on the icon as well and it would read it to them as well. So I really love this feature that our company has created. We want to make it easy for people to be healthy so they can have their nutrition and not have to worry about, things like sensitive stomachs, sensitive skin. I think I mentioned that the patches are all natural, so no latex, no synthetics, just a cotton patch with a plant-based adhesive polymer and then all the nutrients that we need to be healthy. So I know we have an audience here, which I love. I want to open it up to questions, turn it back to Kurt and see if he wants to go that way or if we have another part of our program.
Kurt, we can't hear you. Your mic is unmuted, but we still can't hear you. Okay.
All right, here we go.
There we go.
Got to hit all the buttons here. So thanks for letting me know. So yeah, stuff, Cheryl Lynn, a lot of great products. I can see a lot of potential benefits for people with disabilities, with all the, and people who don't have disabilities, just looking at variant medical circumstances and whether you have a diagnosis or don't have a diagnosis. It's just very compatible with the human body for
exactly.
all of us, which is great. And I appreciate the last display of web content accessibility guideline compliance with the features there to help our audience of people with disabilities that definitely benefit from those features. And as we say in advocacy, when you have an accommodation for people with disabilities, it's something that 100% of people benefit from because it just plain provides alternatives. And I know we here in the U.S., we appreciate our options. It's how we shop, and can never have too many choices as we are a consumer-driven society here in the USA. And we're gonna kind of welcome in here with an aloha, Marianne Waikiki, Marianne Ambrose, another team member of HMP Ability, and just checking in with Marianne quick if she's in a good place, good timing to come in with some opening remarks. And aloha and mahalo, Marianne, for being here. Are you there? You're not? All right, while we're waiting for Mary Ann, I guess we'll go the route of asking Denise, and with Daryush, do you have any questions for Cheryl Lynn about the product and the wearable nutrition?
Well, yeah, I think first of all, thank you for coming on and sharing that with us, because like Kurt said, it's something that is so beneficial for people with disabilities. I myself, I cannot swallow pills. Many people with disabilities cannot swallow pills, or, they may have feeding tubes, right? And which, of course, then they can't swallow pills. But, what you said about the elimination of powders, and pills, and just all, first of all, powders, as delicious as they make them sound, really are not that delicious. And, if something is not all that great tasting, we are not going to drink it, even if it's beneficial for us. We will fight and scream, and we just will not take it, especially a child, right? So,
Absolutely.
yeah. So the fact that we are able to just, put a patch on us, and, that's it. Like, then you just go about your life, and you know that you're getting the 8 hours of a slow release, so that it doesn't just go right through your system right away. And as you mentioned, it eliminates going right through, the stomach acids and the gut and all that stuff, which now you're probably not even getting the full value of that vitamin that you were intending to get. So, and you're only getting a few, like you said, you have to buy a lot more bottles to have the equivalent of this one patch. And it's such a tiny patch, right? It's like you can just put it anywhere on your body, and exactly, you don't even see it right through your clothing and whatnot. It's not bulky. It's just, it really is just so easy and convenient. And
Yeah. Yes, it's very, very thin. It's like paper thin, but it's a cloth. It's cotton-based patch, so I can't tear it. I can cut it. Like, for example, I talked about CBD and immune for my kids. I cut it into a quarter size for them because they don't need so much of it. So you can cut it and, lessen the dose for children, or some adults, they don't need a full patch. They also need only a half a patch for their CBD or their sleep. And so it's definitely cuttable.
right, exactly. And it's interesting that Kurt mentions how something that is geared, although this was not necessarily made specifically for people with disabilities, but it just goes hand in hand, that if we make something that everyone can use, I mean, like, how great is that, right? Then we don't have to think of accessibility. We don't have to think of convenience. It's just accessible and convenient for everyone. And I
That's right.
really do thank you for coming on the show and letting us know, letting our viewers know that, hey, there is an option for us, for people with disabilities who cannot take vitamins and supplements that we need. I mean, our bodies, well, all our bodies need it, but particularly people with disabilities who might be going through inflammation because of their disability, or because they're sitting all day long, or it's just so many things that this is gonna help. So I thank you for coming on and sharing that with us. I see Marianne is on camera now. Honey, would you like to share who you are, what you do, and any questions that you have for our guests? Okay, please. Are you with us? Can you hear us? Okay, you're on mute. We can't hear you.
Aloha, can you hear me?
Aloha, beautiful. Yes, we can.
Aloha, I'm Marianne of Waikiki. I am the HNP Ability co-host with the beautiful Denise and creative Livingly Denise Vargas, and Ambassador Kurt Roskoff, who is amazing with these podcasts. And mahalo to Emily for making this happen. several times a day during the week. Appreciation, and I am happy and healthy. We went and got our boosters for our seniors. I got a store, so we're going to go run some errands. It's a little rainy here in Hawaii, and we're going to be launching the anti-bullying campaigns because October is anti-bullying month. So we're uploading the book, Rabbit Acts of Kindness, No Bully, Pono, the Righteous Polo Pony, and it's amazing work. So we'll see you guys next week on Zoom. Worldwide of Ability, Marianne of Waikiki, and aloha. Mahalo.
Mahalo, mahalo.
Mahalo.
So do you have any questions for our guest Cheryl? Do you want to share anything else?
No, nothing else. Nothing at the moment.
Okay. Did you have something that you wanted to share with the viewers, a screen share, or do you want to wait on that?
Yes, actually, it's accidentally I found something very interesting. A performer, it is from the Britain Got Talent of 2020, the Golden Buzzer auditions, and it's a performance by a group of disabled people, kids, and it is in sign language.
Oh, interesting.
I play a little part of it. Just tell me if you can see the video and hear the sound, and I will play back completely.
Okay. Yeah, when you're ready, go ahead and share.
Could you hear that? See?
No, we cannot see it as of yet. Okay. Well, there we go. We are.
Don't bite me, mouth.
Yep, we got it.
Audio too?
Yep.
Okay, enjoy it.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious.
I hope you enjoyed it, and they got the golden buzzer for this performance.
That was
Oh my
beautiful.
gosh, that was beautiful. So beautiful. So beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, Daryush. Oh, I know our audience out there is just absolutely going to love it. Those who are watching with us now live, and those who are going to rewatch this and rewatch it because it was so beautiful. I love to see kids singing and all kids playing together. And what a beautiful world that's going to be when. And it's interesting because kids don't see disabilities, right? Kids don't see race. They don't see differences. They just see a playful soul that they can connect with and be friends with. I love that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Cheryl, do you have a, you have beautiful children, and I know that they just love to play with everyone. They love to come on camera and say hi to us during our HMP events. I love that.
Yes, they love saying hi. My kids are 3 and 5, and they want to be a part of everything that I do, and the videos and live streaming. And I talk about the patches all the time. They can share it now with other people when they see it. My daughter is so excited. We actually got our patches for October yesterday, and she knew exactly which ones were hers, which ones she needed to have if she got an ouchie or wasn't feeling well. So it's just really exciting to see their love and their growth for people and things that make them feel better, right? Because kids gravitate towards the love, and they gravitate towards things that make them feel better.
Yes. Yes. If we can only learn from children, right? Children are supposed to learn from us, but what if we just turn that around, just really start learning from children, right? See the love that they have, they have no judgment. They just love, they want to play with everyone. We should
That's
play.
right.
I know that Marianne is not with us at this moment, but Marianne always says, go out and play, right? We should really have that mentality of just enjoying life and enjoying each other.
That's right.
Wow. Kurt, I see you back on video. Do you want to share your thoughts? Wasn't that a beautiful video? Okay, well, there we go.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just relocating here. I'm out at a county park here, and we're going to be taking a nature walk on the trails out here in this park area. So it's an annual event that we do with a SureTel relative of mine. So kind of running transitions here, just made the commute from my home site where I started the broadcast from, and now we're relocating. And once I'm done with the podcast here, we'll be out on the trails. But yeah, great video. I think we're going to see more and more of that. Every year passing that, we're going to be closer in touch with the stories of people with disabilities. And it's just going to get to be a more unified approach, that it's not going to be as much of a novel thing to say, oh, how cool, we're seeing the story of somebody with disabilities. It's just going to be homogenized as part of our media, and continuing in melding this in our social media. And yeah, great performance. I mean, that group speaks for itself in terms of, how they showed their talents and their abilities. And so I'm looking forward to seeing more of this. And like I say, that's, an entertainment, platform to show that inclusion and accessibility and that appreciation of that audience. And that's something that I experience in the realm of show skiing, water skiing. What happens when we give people with disabilities a chance to perform like the rest of what I call the falsely claimed mainstream society. So, but to come back to what you bring to us, Cheryl Lynn, with your products, can you tell us a little bit more about the stories that are coming from us, what you're seeing, and whether it's through training and company events, and maybe more of your personal experiences in terms of people maybe, maybe having a little bit of a struggle, or maybe living their lives a little less with a little less vitality than what they maybe thought was possible, and kind of testimonials and reviews of, you know, kind of how life shifts when people start using wearable nutrition.
Absolutely, Kurt. Yes. So I will share my personal story. I went through a period of depression, actually, and I was seeing a therapist. And the therapist at one point in time wanted to prescribe medication to me. And I knew that this was not something that I personally wanted. I knew that this was something that I just needed to find a way to get out of. I just didn't know what it was at the time. And when I started changing my diet, changing what I was eating, taking out processed foods from my diet and actually putting on my wearable nutrition with all of the vitamins, because like I mentioned earlier, I could not take a lot of the vitamins that were out there, like the fish oils. The gel made me nauseous. My doctor told me I was vitamin C deficient, and there was not enough vitamin C in the multivitamin that I was taking, and so she told me to pick up another bottle of this. But I mean, this pill is huge, and it's pretty thick too. And it would take me a few tries to be able to swallow it to get the vitamin C down. But that wasn't all, like I was magnesium deficient as well too. I had a lot of joint and muscle issues, so I had to take that. I had to supplement with vitamin D. And then for my pain and swelling, I had to take turmeric. And then I also said I took melatonin at night before I found out about the patches. So I mean, like, all these bottles, I can't even hold them all in my hands, that I was trying to remember to take all these pills. It was challenging. And so having transformed, my wellness regime from the pills to the patches starting this February, I feel so much happier because I have all the nutrients that I need in my body. And when we have those nutrients that we need in our body starts to self-heal itself. We get rid of the feelings of depression. We get rid of a lot of those, those moments where we feel really, really down in our emotions, because we are taking care of our body. A lot of the pain points that we see is because we're nutrient deficient in some areas. A really great example is muscle soreness. Athletes that go out and they run or they swim, whatever sport it is that they do, they have to take a lot of things that have magnesium in it for muscle recovery. And so it's kind of like us, we need those nutrients in our body so that we can be healthy, so that we can be lively, we can be happy again. And we know that the foods that we have today, like an apple or a banana, is just not the same as the foods that were grown, 30, 40 years ago. The nutrient in the soil has been depleted. There's a lot of genetically modified ingredients and genetically modified foods out there now, or GMO, all those things, it's changing the structures, changing what we know as natural, and it's making it more synthetic. And our bodies are still natural. If you think about it, our bodies were made all naturally, right? We were not made in a synthetic combination. We were made with natural ingredients, and we were put together, by nature. And so to be able to have those natural ingredients back into our system and allowing the body to take that and rebuild itself, it just helps so much with happiness, joy, vitality, like you were saying. I have a few friends actually, but the one that I will share with you, a friend who has different conditions that she is challenged with in her life. She has fibromyalgia, she has lupus, she's got, chronic pain, and she's had so many procedures done at the hospital to eliminate the pain. She's on so much medication. And recently she tried these two products, which is our, reducing inflammation immune, and our Feel Great, which reduces pain. And she feels so much better. She can be out in the sun now. She can enjoy her kids more. She's not sleeping or down all the time. She's got 2 very active children, and she's got 4 dogs that she raises at home. I mean, she is super mom, right? And so when we are on those synthetic medications, sometimes that affects our mood. It affects our gut. There's just so many components that it affects. But if we can go an all natural route and transform our lives, I mean, that is just amazing. I shared about, my experience with mosquitoes. So here, let me share my screen again, because seeing is believing, right? So let's just go really quickly about my mosquito bite. let's see here. Okay. I don't know why, but the mosquitoes love me and they bite me every summer. And it usually takes me 2 weeks to recover from a mosquito bite. So you can see the size of my welt here. It's like a golf ball size welt. It is hard and it is large and it's very itchy. So I just put the patch on, and 15 minutes later, you don't even see that red mark that's swelling anymore. It is all gone right here. And that's just one of the miracles of wearing something that helps with reducing inflammation versus consuming it, because it works so much faster into our system. When we wear the nutrients, it goes from the skin to the bloodstream, and your heart pumps blood 1 revolution a minute. So it is getting all of the goodness throughout your body, and it's working a lot faster, as close to as IV as you can get, versus, you know, when you consume a pill, you have to wait for the stomach acids to break it down. It has to pass through the gut, and then the gut will slowly absorb all of those nutrients. So it takes a little bit longer. But with the patches, it's, for some people, it's almost instantaneously. They feel better, or they feel a change in whatever symptom was causing them pain or harm. My daughter, in minutes, when I put on a CBD, and again, I only put a quarter of a patch for her, in minutes, she doesn't feel pain anymore. She fell and hurt her eye. She cut her eye, and I wasn't able to touch it because, you know, if you think about it, you get a paper cut. You don't want to touch that paper cut because it stings, right? And so I couldn't clean the wound on her eye because she was in pain. But when I put this on, you know, a few minutes later, she was not crying. She was not screaming anymore, and I could wipe away and clean her eye and treat it. So everyone experiences healing differently. All of our bodies are different. But what I do notice is that it's just so much more effective having to wear it versus having to consume it. Back to you, Kurt.
All right. Yeah, great insights. So, Cheryl Lynn, if people are kind of, you know, building curiosity and want to continue this beyond our podcast, you want to share any contact information, any websites, social media, things that they can do to do a little self-study, do-it-yourself type of tidbits that they can use if they're wanting to continue their exploration of wearable nutrition?
Yes, absolutely, Kurt. So you can find me on LinkedIn and Facebook. So on Facebook, I just have my name, Cheryl Lynn. I dropped the Chow, but on LinkedIn, I am Cheryl Lynn Chow. And, you know, to make it easy, let me rename it here so everyone can see it. This is the website and this is the website that we looked at. So CherylLynn.innovate. We dropped the A and we put an 8 on here. tiv.com. And on this website, you can find a 3-minute video about the technology, about how we transform from pills to patch, how it's heat activated, how there's reservoirs, and how that's enabling the time release. And then under each product, you can find the supplements. So a lot of people want to know about the ingredients and what we use. So all the ingredients that we have are found on there. So you can definitely hop on. And Kurt, there's a new feature that I want to share that we didn't talk about before when we met and did our one-on-one, and that is we now have an ability for people to spread out their payments over 6 weeks. So 4 payments over 6 weeks, 25% each time. They still get their products when they make that first 25% payment. So there's, you know, some people, they get paid weekly and they cannot all of a sudden, you know, deposit the $49.95 for a complete multivitamin at one time. So we're able to now allow them to still get all the vitamins and goodness they need and spread out their payment plan over 6 weeks.
Fantastic stuff. So thanks for the updates on all that, Cheryl Lynn. And so Denise, do you have any thoughts that come to you as you're hearing all this? And anything else you want to add, Denise?
Yeah. So Cheryl, I'm sorry, is it Cheryl or Cheryl Lynn? I don't want to
I prefer Cheryl Lynn, but I'll answer to Cheryl too.
All right, sorry. Okay, Cheryl Lynn, I noticed that when you were showing the image of the mosquito bite, that you put it right by the mosquito bite itself. Now, so for someone who might be thinking, well, I wonder if I have the pain in my leg, do I put the patch on my leg, or does it really matter where you're putting the patch, and will it still be kind of directed where you want it to go?
That is a great question, Denise. You can wear it anywhere on the body. The best place to put it is above the heart. So like I said, I usually wear mine above my collarbone. I will wear it on my arm. Now, the reason why I put it on my arm was because that was the best place to show the patch that I've worn it and the mosquito at the same time. So if I had worn my patch here, I don't know how I would have been able to take a selfie, because, you know, my kids are 3 and 5, so sometimes it's hard for them to take a still photo. I didn't know how I would be able to manage taking a picture showing the patch and my mosquito by the same time. That's why I put it there. But in reality, you can put it anywhere. So let me show one quick video while we have a little bit of time. So I talked about how my daughter fell, right?
Mhm.
And she bumped her lip. So you can see here that she,
Aw.
yeah, it's swollen. It's really bad, right? And so she obviously didn't want me to touch it. She didn't want even an ice pack on it because it was painful. So what I did was I put this, she was much younger at the time, so I put 1/8 of a CBD and immune. Now she uses 1/4 of the patch. But you see, I put it on her back because I didn't want her to be able to peel it off if she had it on her chest, or peel it off if she had it on her arm. I put it on her back, and look, the next day, the
Aw.
swelling has subsided. And the same day at noon, so 18 hours later from the incident, she is all better, like it never happened before.
Aw, she's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow, that's amazing. So that you did say to put it like above your heart, that's the ideal place.
That's the ideal place because it'll travel to the heart the fastest, right? Because your bloodstream, all your vessels go to your heart, right? And then your heart also pumps the blood out into the rest of your body. So if you wear it on your leg, you can. It just takes a little bit longer for all of the nutrients when you're absorbing it to work its way up to the heart. Whereas if you wear it above the heart, it just comes to the heart the fastest. And like I said, the heart pumps the blood 1 minute per revolution. So you're getting all those nutrients as quick as possible.
Interesting. Now you mentioned that you put it on your daughter's back so that she doesn't, pull it off, or
Exactly.
but is it easy to come off? So for example, because I'm thinking, again, we're here on the World of Ability, and our focus is, of course, people with disabilities. So if a person with a disability has it, say right above their heart, but maybe they might touch it, or their clothing might snag on it, is it easy to come off?
No, you see, I'm rubbing mine and it's not coming off. You have to intentionally peel it
Okay.
off to take it
Okay.
off. Once it sticks, it sticks. And some people ask me what the adhesive is. The adhesive is a plant-based polymer, so it's not like a Band-Aid. There's no latex, no synthetics on it. I have sensitive skin, and as you can see, I have no red marks where I have put patches on before. There's no red marks on me. I have a friend who is allergic to latex, and she uses these patches with no issues at all.
Mm-hmm. And now
Yeah.
you mentioned for those, because many people with disabilities are on very tight government supplement income, or not even supplement income, that might be the only income source that they may have. And I know that supplements in general are pricey. So I'm guessing that something as natural and as highly concentrated as these patches are, you mentioned that there's a payment plan.
Yes. So, yes. Sorry. Did you finish, or I didn't mean to interrupt
that
you?
was basically like if there's a payment plan, yeah, how much would that? I mean, of course, it's based on how much you order, but let's say that you wanted to have, because I'm guessing that even if you're taking the multivitamin, it's probably ideal to use at least 3 or 4 different products jointly, right, together, so that you have its best benefit.
Exactly. So on average, people spend about $100 on all of these products. They usually get 2 things, like a complete and a sleep, or they get like an immune and a CBD, which this is a little bit more expensive because the CBD is $109 and the immune is $54. So that's already $150 right there. But the first time you purchase the products, you do pay the full price on it. Afterwards, you can enroll in what we call auto ship, and then you get 10% off all your products thereafter. So usually what I advise people is just get the basics. So just get your multivitamin, that's $49.95. And then on your next month, you have your 10%. You can get anything that you want, and it's a 10% off. Plus, we've partnered with Sezzle. So Sezzle allows 4 payments over a 6-week period, so 25% each time. So you can definitely spread it out and get, what you need over those 6 weeks. The patches themselves, they are 30-day supply. So there might be an overlap where you do need to get your next set of patches before you finish your payment, but that's okay. Sezzle, does not charge a fee, no startup fee for, being a part of the program, no interest on having to split up your payments. So that's a really great thing as well too. So people that have that limitation and they can only pay, once a week, for example, they can definitely do that over the 6-week period.
Okay. And then you mentioned that if a person buys one item, then any other item, so long as they get on the auto ship, that's when they get the 10% off?
Yes, the reason for that is because the first 30 days is 100% money back guarantee. I know these products work. Sometimes you have to tweak the patches that you put on. And the reason why I say that is because, for example, I dealt with muscle pain 2 weeks ago because I was doing a lot more lifting than I normally did. And I thought that this would solve my problem, right? So I put on an immune and I put on a CBD because that's usually what I do to manage my pain, right? Because usually it's due to inflammation and just normal pain in the body. But what I didn't learn, and I just learned it recently, was muscle soreness is actually related to a magnesium deficiency. So what I needed actually was to put 2 completes on because this has magnesium, or put a complete and an energy, because believe it or not, our energy has magnesium as well. So because I overworked my muscles more than normal, I needed more magnesium in my body to help with recovery. So as soon as I put on, one of the complete and one of the energy, or 2 of the complete, I felt so much better in almost minutes. And that's why I said, sometimes people think they try one thing and they're like, oh, it's not working for me. These products don't work. We have to really get down to the root of the problem. And depending on what the root of the problem is, we might have to add a different patch or use a different patch to solve it. And so, yes, the 10% off does kick in the following month because you do get that 30-day money back guarantee your first 30 days.
But again, that's only on auto ship.
That's only on auto ship, and your auto ship can be once a month, can be every 3 months, can be once every 6 months. You can push it out as far as you want to. But yes, you're right. The auto ship only happens the following month, and you have to be on the auto ship to get the 10%. I hope that makes sense. If it's not clear, ask me again, and maybe I can show you.
Sure. No, I totally get that. I'm just, thinking, because this is such a great product for people with disabilities, that I'm just thinking that even for parents who, parents in general, whether they have children with disabilities or not, but, again, the fact that it is so difficult for us to swallow pills, many of us with disabilities to swallow pills, I'm thinking that it would be a great alternative for parents who, or even children or individuals with disabilities who have feeding tubes. This is such a great alternative that I just want to make sure that people understand that it is affordable through Cecil and through auto ship. So if you combine Cecil and auto ship together, it might be a great alternative for people,
Yes. Yes, and there's one other way that you can actually earn free products as well too. So before, you would have to be a promoter like me in order to, earn a commission and then use the commission to pay for the products. Now, if you are just a customer, you don't have to pay the $49.95 to be a promoter like me. You can share it with friends and families, and for every 3 people that you share it with, the company will actually put what they call innovative bucks into your account. And then you can use those innovative bucks to redeem it for your own patches as well too. So it's a great way to, benefit from sharing with others without having to pay that $49.95 to be a promoter, if that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely. It's like reward points for like frequent flyer miles, but
Exactly.
frequent
Exactly.
points. Yeah. That's great. That's wonderful. Well, thank you for coming out. And I knew a little bit about innovative nutrition, but you actually shared even more information with me and our viewers to really help us understand that better and the benefits of it. So yeah, that's, because my company's name is Live Creatively, this is just another fantastic way to live creatively and get what you need into your system.
That's right, Denise.
Awesome. Thank you. So Ayush, I see you're back. Did you want to share anything else with us before we wrap it up?
Not at the moment.
All right, thank you. Well, again, I'm Denise from Live Creatively. You like to, I invite you to look at my website, livecreativelyinc.com, or reach out to me by texting 516-847-4581. Love to connect with you. Cheryl, would you like to, again, just let people know how they can get in touch with you?
Sure. Thank you again for having me on the World of Ability podcast. My name is Cheryl Lynn Chow. You can find me on Facebook under the name Cheryl Lynn, on LinkedIn as Cheryl Lynn Chow. So Chow is just CHOW. My website is in the little description below, cheryllyn.innovative.com. Instead of an A is an 8 on there. And I'll let you know my number too if you ever want to text me for any questions or product recommendations. That is 405-534-0160. Again, 405-534-0160. Thank you, Denise.
Thank you, Cheryl Lynn. Thank you. Dariush, would you like to let people know how they can get in touch with you?
Sorry about.
Would you like to let people know how they can get in touch with you?
Aranet, if any questions, but can go to aranetllc.com and go to the contact page and send me a message. I will check. I will receive them.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Emily, Kurt, it's your show.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening to this episode of World of Ability podcast. Check out some background on these podcasts at worldofability.com/shows. And for me, you can feel free to email me, Kurt, K-U-R-T, at thedisabilitychannel.us. Feel free to call and text me at 262-372-1SKI. That's 262-372-1754. And again, we always appreciate all those subscriptions, likes, shares, comments, all that participation in all of our social media on our World of Ability Facebook page and our group. And our group on Facebook says, right with the title, it's for everybody. So that'll do it for today. That's a wrap. And we look forward to seeing you on our next episode. Bye for now.